Hello. Happy Monday. It is Erica with Redheaded Princess Designs and Holy Rustic. I hope that you're having an amazing Monday. I thought this morning we would paint up our pumpkin BOGO for the month. So this month's, one of this month's BOGOs are these cute little pumpkin shelf setters that we have. And I'm just gonna get everything arranged here. So the way the BOGO works, you're going to buy two and get one for free. So it makes for a great little craft night with your friends or a family member or whatever you would like, however you would like to do them. Too many. Trying to make sure I get them on here right. All right, so these little pumpkins, when you get them, too many of this piece. I think they go like that. All right, so they're gonna stack 3 high. Each set has 1, 2, 3 pieces and a middle for the pumpkin. And then you've got your blackbirds and your sunflowers as well. There is a piece for each set that has an engraving on the top for the leaf and to show you where the leaves go. So that is your front piece. You do not need to paint your back pieces. So we're going to paint all of this and none of this. And we're going to paint this one and not these, okay? So you can put the other stuff to the side because it's just there to glue everything to and give it a little bit of stability. So you don't have to paint it. So come in, say hey, let me know how your weekend was. We were at the Charlestown Pop-Up Market on Saturday, and then yesterday I spent the day cutting orders that I'm going to get out here this morning, and of course doing all the fun adult things that have to be done. I like to do them on the weekend, like laundry and cleaning house, you know, all those things that you need to, somebody has to do, right? Somebody. I happen to be that somebody at our house, apparently. Okay, so I did this one in the antique white, and I'm gonna take a little bit of brown and brush on here. Now, of course, if you don't know, when you order any of our kits, you are going to get all of the paint to match the inspiration photo that we send you. So you can paint this guy up just like the inspiration photo with the paint that we send you, or you can do your own thing with your own paint at home. Totally up to you. When you paint pumpkins, you're going to follow those ribs on the pumpkin, the curves, in order to give it a little bit of dimension. So I just brushed that antique white on here as my base. And then I took that same brush, I did not rinse it out. I picked up a little bit of a darker color. So in this case, I'm using my brown, and I'm just going right around those edges with my brush, kind of up on his tiptoes to blend in a little bit of that darker color. Give our pumpkin a little dimension. Okay, and that's gonna sit right on top there. So cute. All right, so we've got a nice white pumpkin. Let's do this one. I think I want a green pumpkin. There's not a green one in the sample, but I think I want a green one. So let's go with this smoky jade. See if there's enough of this. pumpkin kind of dried. Oh, there we go. We've got enough. The rest of that is probably not good. This week we have, tomorrow night we will be at Our Lady of Perpetual Hops for a cute little Billy Goat in a bucket painting. And then Wednesday night we have a sold out class at 812 Pizza in Georgetown. We're painting sunflowers. Friday evening we have a pumpkin bag painting at Art Near Speed Park, and we will be at Art Near Speed Park on Saturday as well, painting, what are we painting? Oh, wagon wheels on Saturday morning. Then we've got a cute little kids Halloween door hanger on Saturday afternoon after the cookie class. So you should come and check that out. Art Near Speed Park is at the Speed Memorial Activity Center, I guess maybe is what it's called. It's right there by the Speed Memorial Church, right near Speed Park. Super fun. There's lots of artists there with their stuff, so you can shop. You can take a class. My friend Amanda is doing some cookie classes, and her cookie classes are so much fun. She is with the Whimsical Cookie. So if you have not taken a cookie class before, cookie decorating class, it is a lot of fun. And her classes are so much fun. She does a really good job, and you get to learn a lot. So you could go home and make your own cookies if you wanted. But she's got that. It's a cute little llama class. Very fun. And of course this weekend is Sellersburg Celebrates. So that is our big festival here in Sellersburg. It's all the rides and music and all those fun things. So it's going to be a busy week, per the usual. Right, I'm adding in a little bit of a lighter color on this green pumpkin here instead of the darker. Jamie, I love these little pumpkin shelf sitters. I think they're adorable. I also love that this set does not have like a stand. They're just thick, so they stand up kind of on their own. I kind of enjoy that as well. I don't know, it just adds something to it, I think, rather than the stands. I don't mind the stands, but sometimes I end up with so many things on stands. It's like, where do they all go? So I like that these don't have stands. All right, so there's that green. I'm loving that color. That was called Smoky Jade. Looks like I bought that on clearance. It may have been a discontinued color. All right, so I'm gonna set that guy to the side, and then we have these two. Of course, we need to do an orange pumpkin, and then let me know what color. These two are attached, so let me know what color you think we should do this pumpkin in. Should we get really crazy and do it in a completely different color? I probably should have painted one of those orange and made one of those. That way I would have had two orange pumpkins, but it's all good. We're gonna go with it. All right, so let's do this tall guy in orange. Maybe I'll do like a yellowy pumpkin. What do you think? Tell me what you think. What color should we do the shorter pumpkin that's attached to this tall pumpkin? What color should we make it? All of our little baby kittens opened their eyes this weekend. Their little eyes are open. They're so cute. So if you hear them crying, they're living in my art room right now because we're not staying here long term. I'm just taking care of them until they can find a home. Orange is a super transparent color. also like yellow and red. So if you're having trouble getting coverage with your orange, you can put a little bit of white down first. That will help if you're still seeing that wood show through, or add a little bit of white to your base coat. It'll give that base orange a little bit more grab and make your top orange layer a little bit brighter. I threw just a smidge of that antique white in my base for that orange. Things like oranges and reds and yellows are always very translucent. And so adding just a little bit of a white with the first layer that you put down will save you from having to do 57 layers of that color. All right, there it is. I'm kind of thinking maybe I should make that pumpkin brown. I don't know. Don't know. I could make it this creamy color also. Let that dry for a second. What if we make it more of a clay color? What do we have here? Terracotta. Trying to think if that's what I want to do. I think it is. We're going to do it. So it'll be orange as well, but it'll be a darker orange. I should have done one of the other individual pumpkins as orange, and then I could have done this one like orange and green or orange and white. I love it. It's fun, it's fun. So like I said, in all of our kits, you're going to get all of the paint that you need to match the inspiration photo. The inspiration photo does not look like this. I try to paint it a little bit different so you can kind of see the variation. And then you're gonna get your glue. You get a little bottle of E6000 that you can use to glue everything together. You are gonna get a makeup sponge, which works really well for painting like the middles of the sunflowers on this piece. And you're going to get, of course, your pieces. And if this is one of this month's BOGOs, we did 2 BOGOs this month. So this is one of them. So you're gonna put 2 of them in your cart, and you're gonna use the code PUMPKIN BOGO, all one word, B-O-G-O, BOGO, and you're gonna get 1 for free. So it makes for a fun little paint night in. It can be so expensive to go out anymore. I think this is a great way to have a little fun little night in, and you don't have to go anywhere. You can make you some snacks, and sit down and paint. I'm not going to add any brown to this lighter color orange pumpkin because I don't want it to get too close to the same color as the other orange pumpkin. I want to be sure we can tell the difference here. And I may, actually I think I will, I'm going to brush a little bit of that green into this orange pumpkin. I apologize. My allergies are driving me crazy. I'm going to brush a little bit of this green into this orange pumpkin just to kind of tie them all together and to give this guy a smidge of variation from the other orange one. So when I do this, I want to be careful not to over blend the green because we will get mud, and that's not what we want. So So I'm just gonna put it on there and I'm just gonna lightly go over it. I'm not loving that right there. There we go. My stem is up there at the top, so I can come back and clean that up a little bit. There we go. Cute. All right, that's gonna work. Let's do our pumpkin stems in our brown. Let's see, we gotta do this one here. I feel like, yes. So that top of this, bottom of the stem that touches the pumpkin, I don't have to worry about as much because this piece is gonna go right over top of it. I just wanna be sure that I pull it down far enough. Okay, there are those. And then I've got, well, I've got this brown on my brush. We've got the middles of our sunflowers. Now you could totally do these with a makeup sponge, but I'm just gonna, I've already got this brown on my brush, so I'm just gonna brush over these with that brown. You could also use black on these if you wanted, just a darker color. Will be fine. All right, there they are. Now we have some leaves to paint. So I'm gonna grab a green. Let's do this green here. Paint these puppies up. So we've got a little bit of a leaf on our pumpkin stems. Each one has one. And it's got the lines etched in it so you know where to paint. And then you have 4 individual leaves that are separate, that these will be 3D. I'll paint those, and I'm going to take a little bit of that antique white and just brush it on one of the double leaves, just so they look a little different than the other one. There's this one. The other BOGO this month was our Highland Cow Halloween shelf centerpiece. It's pretty cute as well. So that one you can also get buy 2 get 1 free. And I believe the code is Highland Cow BOGO. I could be wrong. All right, so there's our leaves. Let's just set those puppies to the side for a minute. We have sunflowers. There are 4 of them. So I'm gonna grab some yellow. Now the middles, I have green paint all over my hands somehow. The middles are gonna be, have these little 3D pieces on them. And while there are tiny holes on those 3D pieces, you can't really see them. So you don't necessarily have to worry about the middles. I'm gonna brush the yellow all the way to the centers of these, and I am not gonna stress about that middle. So it's gonna get covered up. And then I'm gonna take a tiny bit of my brown and come on to the sunflower petals as well. And then maybe a little bit of that antique white, and we'll come down those petals as well, just to give us a little dimension there, a little bit of different color. So there's what we got. Okay. You could also do these in orange and yellow. Again, yellow is really transparent or translucent, so if you add a little bit of white or anything with a white base like that antique white, it will give you a little more grab with that color, so you don't have to paint so many coats. Really pretty with a maroon color. Those maroon sunflowers, I love those. They're very pretty. Back in, brush a little bit of that brown on these, and then just blend it. Blending, I am putting the paint down, wiping off my brush to get all that excess paint off, and then coming back and just going over it basically without adding any more paint. I think what happens when people try to blend things, they keep adding more and more paint and they just keep brushing over it, and then it doesn't blend, it just becomes one new color, and that is not what we want. So getting rid of that excess paint on your brush will help you be able to blend those colors a little bit better without really continually adding new paint. All right, I'm gonna dry these ever so slightly. And move them out of the way, and then grab our little birds. So we have 4 little birds. We're gonna make them blackbirds. So I'm gonna get some black. And we're gonna paint these guys up. I'm just gonna do the whole thing, and then I'm gonna come back and do their little yellow beaks and their little eye. So if you're just joining us, this is our BOGO kit for the month, one of them. You can buy 2, get 1 free. These are our pumpkin shelf setters. So you're gonna put 2 of these in your cart. The link is in the description. And then you're gonna use the code PUMPKINBOGO, B-O-G-O, and you're gonna get 1 of them for free. It's a super great deal and makes for a fun little girls' night in, or date night, whatever you want to do, whoever you want to paint them with, or you can paint them all yourself and you'll have 6 pumpkins to set around instead of just 3. Sometimes there are sets that I'm like, I don't really know what I would do with 2 of them, but for this it works really well because it's like, I mean, you could have 6 pumpkins, and why not have 6 pumpkins? All right, I'm gonna pick up a little bit of that antique white and just kind of dry brush some on these birds, just to give them a little bit more character. go. So cute. Now we gotta do their little beaks. So we'll do those in yellow. I'm not gonna worry about their beaks being a little translucent and not like a super bright yellow. I think it's just gonna make them look a little more primitive and cuter if it's not like in your face. And then their little eyes. And there we go. Now if we wanted, we could brush a little wing on here. I kind of like his little wing. All right, let's give those a dry, and then we're ready to glue everything down. I love the little blackbirds on here. I think it just adds something else to it and makes it look just that much cuter. All right, so like I said in the beginning, these are stacked. Instead of having this stand like you will see on some of our pieces, these are stacked up. I just had a thought. You know what? I was complaining about not being able to use. So the two small pumpkins are the same size. I forgot that. So I can put the green with the orange and then use that orange one as my standalone. It's gonna work out just fine. Okay, so they get stacked 3 high. So when you get your kit, you're gonna get a tube of E6000. You do not need much. A little bit goes a long ways. You can see we did not paint these at all because they are just gonna get sandwiched in between everything and just give us a little bit heftier of a base, okay? These pieces do not have any engraving or anything on them, so you know that the pieces with the engraving are your tip-top pieces, and the other pieces are the bases. You can always tell which of the pieces, which is the front and which is the back of our pieces by looking at the back. The back tends to be have a little bit of like this charred look on the edge. It's called flashing. It's just the flash from the laser hitting that back of that piece as it cuts. That is the back. And then the front, oftentimes will have some engraved lines or something on it. But if it doesn't, you can tell it's just a much cleaner piece. All right, so I'm just adding these on here. Like so. So they're just gonna stack 3 high with your top painted piece on top. And then each one has a little space that it shows you where the leaves go. And we have 4 birds and 4 sunflowers. So you can put the sunflowers and the birds wherever you like on your pumpkin. Put this one up here. I kind of like to switch it up and put them in different spots so that they're not all the exact same. One of the birds is a smidge bigger, so you may want to save that bigger bird for the biggest pumpkin. All right, so there is our creamy white pumpkin. So cute. Set that over to the side just to make sure all those pieces are lined up so they don't wiggle around on me while it's drying. E6000 does have a longer dry time, so you have some time to kind of wiggle everything around and make sure you get it in the right spot. But the other thing is you want to be sure that you let everything lay flat. I usually say for 24 hours, at least a good 12 hours, so that it doesn't move on you. A lot of times after an hour or so, it will seem dry and maybe you're eager to put your piece up on display, so you hang it up or you set it up and then you come back and it has everything has fallen off of your piece or slid down. So be sure that you let it dry completely, laying flat, before you set it up. There's a leaf there. And then this guy's gonna get a sunflower. I'm gonna put this sunflower down here at the bottom. Make sure I don't get it too close to the bottom so that this still can stand up. And I'm gonna put this little bird up here near the top. And here is our third pumpkin. So for this one, this is your set of 2 that go together. All right, so this goes, okay, this goes like this. This bigger pumpkin has an extra piece on the back. So, okay, to make that side 3 high. And then this one is going to get an extra piece on the front. Just gives it a little more dimension and separates these 2 pumpkins out a little bit more. Okay. And then we're going to put glue here and here. Let's go ahead and put a little bit for those leaves. So there's the middle. So all the pumpkins have a 3D middle. Now I will say, if you ordered this BOGO kit, we had a hard time packaging it because there are so many pieces, and if we just stacked them all up, it got really tall and was a little much in the mail. So we did kind of separate them out a little bit, but I also rubber banded them together, the sets. So you could be sure you knew which pumpkins went with which set. Try to make it as easy and not confusing as possible. Alright, so I guess I believe there's more birds on this set over here. Trying to remember. I probably don't have them the exact same place that they are in the original picture, but it's fine. So then once they're all dry, I'm just going to set these up for a second so you can see. Once they're all dry, they will stand on their own because they'll be nice and flat and heavy. That's those extra pieces make it really heavy. So here's one. Here's our other one. And here is our bigger one. So stinking cute. We need to move everything this way. There we go. How stinking cute are those? I love them. We're gonna let them lay flat for a little bit because you can see they're already starting to slide on me from just being up for just a second. Straighten everything back out. So this is our pumpkin BOGO for the month. You can buy 2, get 1 free. Well, actually, it's buy 1, get 1 free. You're going to put 2 in your cart. Use the code PUMPKIN BOGO, B-O-G-O, and you will get 1 kit for free when you enter that code in at checkout. Makes for a great girls' night in, or a little paint night, or you can have 6 pumpkins all for yourself. So I hope you're having an amazing Monday. If you do get the pumpkin BOGO, be sure to post pictures because I would love to see what your pumpkins look like. I think there are so many different color combinations that you could do for these pumpkins, and they are really cute. I am excited to put these on my mantle. I think they're going to look really sweet for fall. So have a great day, y'all, and I'll catch you real soon. Bye.